Yes guys, what is happening? Welcome back to another video. Today what we're doing today what we're doing today is I'm just going to give you some simple things that I wouldn't say hate, maybe dislike, the things that could be improved on the Megane from when they brought it out, and more importantly try and bring you guys along. So if any of you guys are looking to buy a Megane, or you bought a Megane and you could go, oh, I don't like that with mine, maybe I could do something with it. So what we're going to do today is just show you, it could be 5 things, it could be 10 things. I'm just going to go over the brief impact this car has had on my life over the past, it's only been a couple of months I think, I've only had it a couple of months. So we're going to do just kind of walk through, show you what's what, and let's show you some of the things that I dislike about the car. So let's do it. Right then, so first things first, you've got me, which I'm like 6'1", so when I get in the car, naturally I'm going to sit for it pretty far back, because I like to have a bit of leg room. I'm not saying this is a small car by any means. It is pretty big. I'm 6'1", and there's plenty of room in this. But here is an issue I have. So okay, me and my girlfriend go out or whatever. My girlfriend's not 6'1", she's like 5'4" or something, but say she's got the handbag in there, she's got a bit of space, so someone's getting in the back, yeah. And the thing that I struggle with this car, I think it's Recaro's on this design. So say, I'm going to pull the seat back, yep, I'm going to go like that, and then I get in the back like so, and it won't lock. So if I try and drive, see my knees, see, I can't, it still won't lock. There you go, that's locked now. So sometimes if you're like that, you're like, why is it not doing it? Like, it's going over my feet, the lock. So what you have to do, which is rather annoying, so before you do that, you have to get the bar, which is under here, you have to, so do that first, then let them out, then close it, and then, which personally I think that's like quite annoying, because you want to like kind of go back to your original seating position, when if someone's feet are behind it, like surely it should be able to go forward, and then slowly as you go back, then when you slide that back, that should like lock it into place, and then you should be able to sit in the car, lift the handle to choose your seating position, and that should be that. I don't understand why, but that is one thing I quite dislike, that because I've had that a couple of times. If my nan or granddad get in the car, my girlfriend try and put the seat back, my granddad's got big donkey legs, so that's that. On to number 2. Right then, so here is number 2. Things I dislike about the Megane. For copyright reasons and the little bit of money that I earn through YouTube, I can't actually like show you this really loud, but the thing that I struggle with, which is typical, is noise, and we're about to have loads of it. So let's say for example, I've got my phone, I connect my phone through Bluetooth, and then I use like Apple Music, Spotify, all that kind of stuff to connect to the head unit, which is pretty good. Like the Astra doesn't have, comparing back to the Astra doesn't have aux or anything like that. So Astra only had aux, this has got like Bluetooth, so I can accept phone calls and all that, which is pretty good out the box, which is definitely better than the Astra standard head unit you get. I think it's an optional extra for the double dim one you can get in the Astra. But so plug this in, yeah, fancy a bit of music, start cranking it up. I like a bit of bass, but I want that quality as well, so when I crank it up I get that nice noise. When I get to about 25, 26, if it's quite like a bassy song, like maybe a bit of house, could vary, like a bit of Sam Smith, house, all that kind of stuff, it can be a bit tinny, and like it sounds like the speakers are going to pop through the surrounds, which is a bit disappointing, because the Astra wasn't too bad. I know I upgraded the speakers in the Astra, so it might be a thing I have to do in this, I'm not too sure. I've tried to have a look at upgrade on speakers, there's not actually that much into it, but I just find the bass and the quality isn't there. When you start cranking it up, it goes a bit tinny, like the speakers can't handle it. and I don't think 26 is even, does get a bit loud, but I want to crank it up that bit more, so maybe aftermarket speakers, tweeters, sub might have to come into it. So yeah, that is number 2. So let's get on to number 3. Right then, here is number 3, and it is, come on baby, it is the stick. This is an upgraded stick on the Megane. What we've got here is the 0.1 shifter. This is an excellent knob, but what you do have, you either get 2 variants. You either get this one, which I believe is an optional extra. You either get the Renault Sport one, or you get the horrible cottony material one. I have felt one of those, and it honestly, the gear knob completely changes the car. I need to move this camera back up. Right, where was we? So the gear knob completely changes the way, like I had the original one on, it's like, it's OEM plus kind of thing. That was lovely, a lovely shifter, and then got in touch with 0.1 on this extender, so it's a bit less travel from the steering wheel. And do you know what, I know the reverse might be a bit funny, you just got to get used to using your thumb maybe, but it's not a problem. But for driving experience, when you're giving it some and it just slots into gear, it is something else. So number 3, I would say the gear stick. Right then, so let's get to number 4. I know some of you are going to go, whoa, your car's really dirty. I know I've left it to get really dirty, and then I'm going to do a complete wash on it. But for this one simple thing, see my finger there? That is a parking sensor. For some reason, they choose to work whenever they like. So you've got one there in the black trim. So you've got 4 parking sensors, and for some reason 0 of them work. I can there is a little button to turn them off, so you can, like, I think, not have the noise when you reverse and stuff, but I don't get anything. So because my driveway is a bit funny and stuff like that, I like to try and get as close to the wall as possible. For some reason I have no, I know the car's dirty, but even when I wash it, sometimes it'll be on for like a day or a couple of times, and then the next minute it won't work at all, so I don't know. Right then, so what you want to do, you start the car. You've got a switch, so you've got a switch to basically up your brightness on your display, your dash. You've got traction, sport mode, so hold it, turns it off, gives you all, yeah. And then you've got parking sensors, so press that, so you've got a light. So I'm guessing if it's red, which it's red now, I'm guessing that means it's off. And then if I press it, yeah, rear parking sensors on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to reverse into a bush. I know it's dirty, so it's not going to give it a proper, but I'm just going to show you what actually happens. Right then, that is it for number 4 now, which is one of the things that can really put you off buying one of these from the looks of them. So here is 5, so let's get it. The main thing I must say for these is the stance. They seem to be really high standard, and bearing in mind you've got these big fat like add-on arches, the wheels sit right inside the car. I've had to put like 20mm spacers on all round, so it's proper like push the wheel out a fair bit. And even still, it is pretty bob on at the minute, but it needs to be lowered. I've got I think Graham springs are the ones I've ordered. There is numerous other mods you could get. There is coilovers, but coilovers, like the lowering springs I bought that are like they're supposed to be unreal quality, and then you've got coilovers on a price range which are like up there, which is silly money. So yeah, I'm trying to keep it reasonable, being a real person that hasn't got the Bank of England, that actually has to work hard for the money. It's can't justify spending £800 on coilovers when you can get very good lowering springs for like 150. I know you probably won't get the impeccable driving experience with the coilovers, but that'll do, you know what I mean? So right, let's go to it. So these have actually got the spacers on at the moment, so you can hopefully get a good old look of the fitment on them. It's just in the arch. Right, look at that. That is literally top drawer. So we go to the other side. Just literally just sitting in flush in the arch, which is absolutely pucker. So I think personally just needs dropping just a touch. The back doesn't actually look that bad, but the front is where it's at. So like on the front, as you can see there, it has got quite a decent arch gap, so can't wait to get them lowering springs fitted to get some lows, and hopefully it might stiffen up the ride and give you a better driving feel, so fingers crossed. Right then, so that is it for number 5 I think we're on. Let's go into another aspect. This is a Marmite car. Like, some people love it, some people hate it. The fact that it's Renault as well, some people will just be put off the fact that it's got a Renault badge on it, which I think shouldn't be judgmental. You should not be judgmental. The fact that it's Renault, it really is. The car scene is a tough world. I don't understand why this car looks a bit different to the others. It looks, obviously I've gone for yellow as well, so it's gonna look absolutely mad. But let me bring you in a sec, let me bring you in, because you need to hear this. Right then, so I brought you in. Basically, the thing that really gets me is, I know it's a Renault Megane, but there's too much judgmental, there's too much hate on there, and it's really disappointing to see the fact that, I know I've gone from a Vauxhall Astra VXR, which is a relatively good car for the price and the sound and all this, it's mental, but this is more, I'd say, a sophisticated sports car with, it looks, I wouldn't say it looks massively sporty. I know I've got it in yellow. They do look nice on the road. When I park it up, I always look back and think, oh, I like it. But to some people, it's not everyone's cup of tea, which I think is disappointing, because this car, I know this might be controversial, but it's a love-hate thing. Driving it, oh my god, driving it, it's so much fun. It is such a good car. Like, driving it's so fun, but because it's got a Renault badge and because it's French, people seem to think, nah, I'm not going nowhere near that. When, does it matter if a Romanian person's built it? Or, so is there anything wrong with Swedish people where the Koenigsegg or the Bugatti ain't built there, but I think the Koenigsegg's built there. But shouldn't be judgmental based on someone's nationality building a car. Like, I don't see why it matters. So it's one of them. The stigma around Renault is just, to some people, they're really judgmental, whereas I personally don't care what the car is, where it's from, what make it is, anything. I will literally, if you've got a car and you've got a license, you don't even have to have a license, but if you've got a car and you want to talk to me about it or want to conversate, mate, it's got wheels, it's got an engine, let's go. You might even have a motor in a couple of years because they're all going electric, but that's just the way it is. There's a lot of stigma around Renaults, and it's just disappointing because it's such a good car. Like, I do love it, it is such an unbelievable drive, but there's so much stigma, I don't understand it. If you want to comment down below and let me know what you think of my thoughts, anyone with a Renault that agrees with me or disagrees with me, or anyone with an Astra that thinks, oh yeah, because it's French, it's crap and that, so please let me know. Let's have a conversation, let's go. So that is six, I think 6, we're on 6, let's go for 7. Right, I'm too tall, so that shot ain't gonna work. One disappointing thing with this car is the modifications. I just find that it's very limited, like splitters, there's like 1 or 2 or 3, side skirts, there's 3 brands, then you get onto like exhaust, having a look. There's only a couple of brands that do the exhaust for these, same as induction kits. Some people are trying to charge the moon for a hose and a silica and an induction kit, and it's like, what the hell is going on? I know there's only a couple of brands doing them, but it doesn't mean they've got to charge the world just for a pipe that comes off the turbo, which is pretty crazy. And it's just very limited. It's like you look at intercoolers, there's like, what I found, there was like 2 intercoolers, and it's like you either have that one, or you don't have either. And it's very sparse compared to the Astra. It just seemed like there were so many things and so many mods you could do. It was just incredible. Like, and I think for me, as me doing YouTube and me trying to, I want to create videos, I want to do as many videos as I can. Like, I'm not about just going, oh, I changed the dust cap and do a 10-minute video on it. I want to change things and do things and like take the car apart and build stuff. I want to learn, but I feel like with this, like I've done exhaust, I've done induction kit, intercooler, stick a map on it and it's done. And it's like, what else is there mods wise? Like, I just feel like it's lacking in mods, if you get me. And that's why, if any of you have followed me for this period of time, that's why not many videos have come out, because I'm trying to think of what I can do. Like, I want to go on a track, yeah, 100%, but this is my day in, day out car. So if I smash this or wreck this, because I know if I go on track I'm going to give it 100%, I am going for it, which I do want to do. I want to do a couple of track days before I say goodbye to the Megane, because it's all about learning, doing different things. So I want to jump into a different brand and a different car and learn the mods and do the mods. That's what I'm about. But I feel like for this, mod wise, the only things I'd like to do really is map. I would love one of the 0.1 shifters, the proper Big Daddy, the nuts shifter, and half a cage, but it's like £1,500–1,600 maybe. And then what, when I sell it, that's the money gone, and it's not much of video wise, if that makes sense. So that is 7. So let's crack on to the next one. Here we go with the last one that I can say. I'm all about the sound. I'm all about listening to a car's right then. So as you know, I'm all about sound. I don't like a car to be restricted. I like free flowing exhaust with as many decats or less silencers as possible. This one, it has been slightly upgraded because I thought the standard system was lacking noise, which most people know with a Megane, these are not the best sounding engines. Apparently the engine code is FART, F4RT or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on that, so maybe someone can clarify, is that correct? The sound, it's a bit, yet again, Marmite. It's not like the Astra was a raw, raspy, savage. It was like I'd say a hyena. It was just like there, bitey, and do you know what I mean? Whereas this, let's start it up. It's like, I'd say a kitten, and then put it in sports mode to get some pops. So around 3,500 RPM, when you rev it, you will get pops. The induction noise does sound really nice, because obviously you've got the induction right, well, you did have it right up against the firewall on the car, because that's where the turbo is at the back of the engine. But because I've bought the induction kit, I've relocated it so it's literally down by the wheel arch, which if you like puddles, it's a dangerous game, because obviously you've got to watch where you're going through water, if it's flooded and stuff. Like now it's flooded. I am going to be doing a video like the oil change and spark plug, so I have got no under tray on. So if I go for a puddle that's really big and it hits that induction kit, that is going to cause me difficulty. So that is where I'm at. As a car for driving, it's such a good driving car. Like it surprises me how good it drives, and that is the disappointing thing, because I know whatever I get next, it's not going to drive like this. I know it's not got the sound, or maybe the looks, or the fact that it's French, which I don't know why it matters. It's just, I just don't feel like the mods are there for it. It's lacking. But yeah, it's not over. It's not going to be an Astra where I cut it short and then next thing you know I've got a new car. We are going to fulfill this. We're going to map it. We're going to find out what it's like mapped, because it drives so good standard. And when it's mapped and the brake horsepower is increased and the pound-foot of torque, it's going to be, I can't explain it. I can't wait. So that's the next step. Well, I've got a couple of things first. I've got to do another video, things I love about the Megane. So I'm going to do that one next, I think, and then we're going to go for a little drive, because I haven't drove with the car. So we're going to go for a little cheeky drive and show you what it's all about. And then I've got lowering springs to fit, so expect that video when I do that. Spark plugs, do that. Oil filter, do that. And then I think it's map time. And I've got a thermostat, so thermostat is going to be done after that, before I get it mapped. So that is it. I just feel like I'm struggling with mods and things I can do on the car, so videos are like at a standstill, because I'm still trying to think on what I can do. So if anyone's got any ideas on what they think or what happened, that's what I'm thinking. Map, and then it's time for a new car. As good as it is, I need something to propel me with videos and things that I can go bosh 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 bosh, and then I can just keep making videos, which is what I love doing. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all like the video. I'm just trying to keep it real. I'm reviewing it like a normal lad, not a multi-millionaire that can afford absolutely everything. So just trying to keep it real, so if any of you's buying it, you can know what to look for, or think, oh, I'm not too keen on that. So yeah, thanks for watching. You lot have been amazing as always, and yeah, keep it real. So yeah, hopefully I'll do another video before Christmas, and if I don't manage to do a video before Christmas, have a lovely Christmas. And 2020, write down some goals, set some goals, and let's smash them. So yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.